Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this week's Oracle meditation with MARKANNA Wellness. I'm Anna.
And I'm Mark.
Today, we're using one of our decks that's called the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle. So it's just a 13 card deck. It was a gift from my aunt a couple years ago, I think. But it's kind of one that just gets a little bit lost in our shelf because it's so small. So Mark noticed it today and we're like, yeah, let's use it.
It only has 13 cards in it, so it is kind of fun, just like you could have with you anytime. Maybe we'll start carrying this one with us.
Yeah, I do keep a small like pocket tarot deck that's in my purse.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't have an oracle one of that. So
I
the
like
box
it.
is sturdy enough too, I would say.
Yeah, I like the owl. The owl kind of reminds me of like my grandma. Kind of feels like an ancestor, like tied to the owl, a little bit.
Hmm.
I just got these old bells out of an attic that were where my son lives. In the attic, there were some old bells my mom had, and I got them, and I've gone through all of them, and they really are old and kind of cool looking, or as Anna would say, like old thrift store looking stuff. But I'm like, aren't they kind of fun? They're kind of cool. I just like this deck kind of makes me think about that, like just our connection to the past and to like the things that our parents or our grandparents loved and collected. But then you look at it now and you're like, some of it's cool, but some of it's like, what were we thinking? So to each their own, everybody collects something or loves something that people look at and they're like, what are they doing?
Well,
But
one of my grandmas was a hoarder, and so going through that in general, I feel like it's made me be a lot more like minimalist when it comes to items in our home. However, we've collected a lot of things that are like, not necessarily things that we need but want.
yeah,
But it's all also things we use for our work. So
yeah.
they serve a purpose. But I'm thinking of like our crystals and all of our decks, and we have also a lot of indoor house plants, but it's all things that we like use and take care of, and they're not serving no purpose.
Right. They're beautiful. They give you a sensation of feeling proud that you have these things, the material world. We can get tied into that, and it be distracting or it can just help lift us up. So I think it is fun and important to collect things that, help us remember what we really want to create. All that stuff that we have helps activate us and what we're doing. So
Mhm.
it's not bad. Nothing's bad. Nothing's good. Right. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these 13 cards. It's going to take a while. Let's see what pops up here. All right.
No,
No need to worry.
it looks like a little
It
hedgehog.
is a little hedgehog on, looks like a maple leaf kind
Oh, so cute.
of. He just cuddled up there with no worries. This is kind
One
of
of my
how,
favorite songs.
no worries.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. This is kind of what it felt like at yoga.
Don't worry.
So every Wednesday morning we teach yoga and it's kind of turned into a chill kind of class. And this is what this card made me think of. That's how we all just feel after,
Hmm.
just like no worries, connected to ourself and to like nature. So this is fun. I feel like that's a good one for today. No need to worry. We just focus on what we can achieve just in this moment, just for today.
Yeah. And this little pocket book with it, it doesn't have further thoughts on the cards.
Ooh, we get to interpret it ourselves. That's pretty cool. Maybe we'll just
we're
wing
we're
it.
very capable.
Well, what do you feel or what do you think about when you think about no need to worry?
I think time spent worrying is usually just time wasted, because in most cases, like whatever's going to happen is going to happen or not, and you worrying about it just kind of makes that own internal struggle more difficult that doesn't need to be. So just reminding yourself like there really is no need to worry. You can spend a lot of time and energy doing that, but where is it really getting you?
Right. And it makes me think about like slowing down too. It's like the more mindful and responsible we can be for just every breath, every action we're taking can help eliminate a lot of worry. Because
Hmm.
we can either get sucked into the worry of just not knowing really how things are going to turn out. But, letting go of that expectation of it needs to be perfect all the time, it's still going to be pretty awesome. It doesn't have to be completely perfect. I think the worry sometimes creates more obstacles than it that helps. As long as we're taking the steps, being mindful of doing everything we possibly can, then we've got to give ourselves the grace not to worry so much because
Hmm.
that really does create such a weight on just our whole existence all the time when we worry turns into complaining. It turns into judgment in the wrong way. It starts to turn into this sensation of needing to judge everything outside ourselves so much, that in an ugly way. I think that's what worry kind of turns into.
It just creates more stress and anxiety mentally and in the body.
Mhm.
And worrying often just comes from things that are unknown. So I think just giving yourself that like trust that the universe has your back and things are going to turn out the way that they're supposed to, gives you a chance to just kind of shed that need to worry. And so you'll just feel like there really is no need to worry.
Yeah, I mean, we're all human, right? We're all going to worry at some point. We're all going to have like, we need to worry or we just care so much about something. That's fine. That's just a human emotion. It's a feeling that's going to be present, but we get to decide what to do with it when it shows up. So today we'll do our little meditation on No Need to Worry. This is one of my favorite songs, not No Need to Worry, but No Worries. Maybe we'll play that later on my story or something so you can listen to it. So let's just find a comfortable place here to sit. This meditation, 5, 10 minutes. If you want to lay down, you can. If you want to close your eyes or have your eyes open, it's up to you. Let's just right away think about the word worry. What comes up inside you when you think about that word? Does it feel kind of ugly inside to think about worry? Does it make you feel heavy? It's like, does it make your heart kind of skip a beat? Just noticing the worry in our life, the worry that's present right now. Or maybe you're really not worried right now too much. How does it feel here in the body or in the mind to just notice any worry that's present? And what does it feel like to really just bring that light of your awareness onto any worry, any situation here in your life? What can you do about it here in your inner space? Just kind of dropping the idea of what there is you can do outside of yourself, because maybe you've already done everything you think you can do to release this worry or burden. Now we need to bring it inside. What can we do inside ourselves to change the course of this worry, to put it back on track, to turn that worry into awareness, not into pain or distraction, but how to bring that full awareness of responsibility back. taking back full control of our inner space. And sometimes I know this can feel hard to do. There's so much going on inside of us, let alone the stuff outside. But we want to master that shift of turning that worry into power, into awareness. So start to notice that shift right away when you bring your power back, when you recognize the worry and you don't run or try to hide from it. Try to get really intimate with how this worry feels in your body or in your mind. Picking it apart piece by piece and transforming that energy into motivation, into a relentless strength that cannot be taken away. It is all yours. It's all inside you, ready to be released. So as we transform that worry into this ultimate power, we can start to awaken that energy outside ourselves. Maybe now you can see more clearly what you may need to do to help shift the situation outside of self. But knowing that self is grounded, strong, aware. When worry tries to creep in, we transform that energy. We transform that energy into power. And we get to decide where to use that power to help uplift those around us. Just a kind word, just showing up can help take someone else's worry away. So remember your true power. It all comes from your core, from inside, being that alchemist, transforming that energy by using your awareness to bring this sensation of worry into that light of inner power, helping share that energy with the world all around us. Remembering it's in every breath. We can't worry so much about the past or the future, just worry about right now. And remember that worry turns into power, turns into awareness. Starting to come back to this space, opening our eyes, allowing that strength to be here, just at the forefront of our mind in every action we take today and every breath. When you feel worry start to creep in or be pulled into the body, turn that into power so when you exhale, you can help lift up everyone around you too, so that doesn't become infectious in a worrisome way. We're not all getting more worried because someone's worried. We're getting stronger because someone was worried, but they're changing that energy and helping bring more aliveness and just clear thinking into a situation, not letting worry just pull us down and make us feel weak.
And turn into like a negative spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we know that's just the beginning. We know what can happen. We know we can the extremes of everything and what we're all capable of as individuals. We've taken ourselves down to the furthest points before. We want to bring ourselves up to the highest point to do our highest good. And we can't ignore the things that bring these uneasy sensations into us. We can't let them make us ugly and project that onto other people. We get to transform that energy I'm starting to preach, and that happens a lot. I know when I gotta slow down my preaching. We only have so much time on these videos.
Well, thank you so much for that. I think this is a really good message for today. Just to remember you can release those things and just transform that energy into something positive. So,
Yes, that's very sweet.
okay. All right. Well, if you're not already, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Markanna Wellness. And then on our website, markannawellness.com, there's also a button to subscribe to our newsletter. So we started that last month. If you want to connect with us more, you can do so there.
Thank
Thank
you guys so
you.
much.